red black tree. So this is the property of the red black tree, and this red black tree is using in the map as well as set. So that means the complexity of this complexity, right? Like a searching complexity of map will be big of log n. Searching complexity of for this set also big of log n. Insertion also for map and set will be big of log n. Deletion also for map and set both is big of log n. Map is having concept of pair. Okay, it's key value concept. Key value is nothing. It's a if you see think about the map is is a tree, right? And every node is a pair. If you see talk about the pair is the you can think like as it's pair is the smallest class of the world. Pair is something like as struct. The definition of pair is like this: struct, pair, and here element is first and then second. It is having only two elements, first and second. Okay, so this pair is it's the node. It is in the node. Okay, so here is a pair. Okay, this is also pair. This is also pair. So in map, one thing you need to remember: key is always unique. Okay, key is always unique in map, simple map. In multi-map, you are having there could be more than one keys. But here I am not going to. We will come on multi-map also. But here we are discussing right now in the simple map only. Simple map, simple set. Okay. So in map, this is the pair. The concept of pair. First, second, like this. Okay. So this is also pair. This is pair. This is pair. So in the map, a few things we need to remember that the key cannot be duplicate. Okay. There is one node for one key. Okay. Key must not be duplicate, and you have to maintain this. Okay, key, and this is the set. For set is again a value. So in this, if this is a set, this is the values here. Okay, so in this case, when you have defined you have defined a set of integer or set of character or set of strings or anything. Okay, so at the time map is having comparator of less than. So based on the less than, he is searching the appropriate place where map is going to insert that element. Okay, so let's say there is a map and you are going to insert something into the map. So first of all, map is what map is doing. It is finding the place in the tree where it will fit. Okay, so the process of finding is based on the less than, because it start from here. Check this, if let's say you are inserting something x here. Okay, so it will check this x with this pair. Okay, based on the less than. If this is less than, then it will move right or left. Okay, so because if this is less than, then it will come this side, or if it greater than, then this will come this will move right side. But in case of equal to also, it is checking from less than only. If x is less than y, okay, let's say this is just a small mathematics here, and this is also false. Okay, and x is then again less than operator, and y is also less than x. This is also false. It means x and y are same. Okay, so based on so map is doing the comparison because when it is inserting, how it find the duplicate element, because so you have map is already this map is having comparator of this less than. So from the less than, it is checking if x is less than y and y is also less than x, that means it is equal to. Okay, this is the brief discussion about the map, set, all the things. Okay, we are having vector, we are having list. Okay, map, set, queue, dequeue, stack, and in C++11 introduce array as well. So this is these all things. List we know. List is the sequential container, but list is having in vector vector is having consecutive memory. Okay, so it's having one major problem with vector is relocation. Okay, so so young programmers always start using vector, okay, because it is very easy to add. They are familiar because they came from the array background, from the C background, so they are familiar with the array, and they know that okay, vector is a replacement of array in C++. They start using it, okay. So vector is having one major disadvantage of the for relocation, because the elements stored in the vector is in the consecutive form. So if your vector will expand, that means it is going to relocate, because the next memory after the vector is not free, right? It could be there is chance there is a in most of the chance that next memory of the which is coming after the vector, it reserved by some other variable or something, okay. So what vector is doing, whenever it it reaches to this capacity, then it will going to create a new memory location, then do copy for all the existing one, and then insert the new element. So this process is saying, we are saying it as a relocation, and relocation is one of the costly operation, because you are creating a new memory and copying all the existing data to that memory, then inserting into it. So vector is having a support of the random access, okay. So random access is one of the it's a popular thing nowadays, random access. Array, in case of array, we are having concept of random, we are having support of random access. That means in one cycle you will fetch the data which is present at some particular index. So that is the random access. So if you are having something like as data like as 1 2 3 4, as we know that in index will be like 0 1 2 3 something, okay. So in one cycle, if you want to see or if you want to fetch the what is the element which present at index 2, we can write like this something. Let's say this array is name is a, okay. So we can write like this a of 2, okay. So this is the random access. So vector is supporting the random access, but list is not supporting random access, okay. Because list is it cannot go directly to that location, because its memory is not consecutive, okay. So you have to, if you want to search something onto or go to the nth number of element, so you have to traverse from the beginning only, okay. This is the list property. Queue, we know queue is first in first out, okay. Stack is last in first out, and these all are if you see in C++, this map, set, vector, list, all these is the class only, okay. If you see the STL code, you can see the class map, class set, class vector, and these classes is having multiple public functions, and as based on your requirement, you are using those public functions, okay. So this is map. For map, we are having header file hash include map, okay. For set, we are having set hash include set, okay. For vector, we are having header file hash include vector. List also, we are having list. For queue, for dequeue, for stack, we are having all the header files, okay. And these all is coming under the std, okay. So after including the header file, you need to include this add the standard template using namespace. You need to use the using namespace std as well. This is the complete, okay. Now there are two things which is we are going to cover now. In map, as we have seen that key should not be duplicate, okay. So why people have implemented this? If key will not be duplicate, then why people have implemented it? Because there is a if you are getting some data in the network, okay, so there is many chance we can get the values which are having the same number of same keys, okay. So what C++ says that if you are having requirement, it is based on the requirement. If you know that you are having some concept of keys and value, okay. So let's say there is a organization, and every employee of the organization is having a employee ID number. So employee ID number would not be duplicate, okay. It is associated with the one employee, and it is unique. In this case, if you want to store those data, you can use this map, okay, the simple map. So key will be employee ID. It will not duplicate, okay. But if you are having some requirement, so for those type of requirement, you need to use the map. For those requirements, C++ design this map and set concept, okay. For those requirements where you are you are sure that data which is going to store is, it will come in the same fashion that keys will be unique, or these values in the set. So set is not having concept of key, it is having the value. So value whatever you are inserting, that will be unique. Okay, so based on the requirement. But if you are having requirement something like as you need to store the multiple keys, okay, multiple values for one key, then you need to use the multi-map. Okay, then you need to use the multi-map concept. Okay, multi-map is same like a map, but so in this case keys is it's having one for one key we are having multiple number of value. So in this case like in map we are using this type of operators to for insertion and for for fetching the element, or we are for checking the element. Those are easy APIs provided in the map. Those APIs are not available in the multi-map. Okay, because if you are going to search something into the map, or so what we are doing is in map we are searching the element based on the key. We are giving the key, we are getting the value. But in case of multi-map, there is more than one values which is associated with one key. So if C++ will provide like this, okay, so what he will return, because there is more than one values. So for those regions they are not expose these APIs like this. They are having some lower, higher, those APIs present the multi-map, and same for the multi-set. Okay, so this is till now we have discussed the all these containers in the summarized form. Now after this we are having idea about all the containers. Now based on the requirement, how we need to select the appropriate container. So this is what we are going to discuss in the next after this. Okay, so let's say you are having some requirement. Okay, first need to be clear from your requirement. So first need to clear from your requirement. Okay, so if you need something like as, first of all, when you have some data and you are going to select the container for your to store your data, ask some questions from yourself. Then only you came to the conclusion which container we need to select.